The two largest racial ethnic student populations in this elementary school are white and Hispanic. The school has mostly students in special education and gifted and talented programs with a very small English language learner population. The reference collection contains 239 titles, a number which includes multi-volume works as single titles and excludes duplicates. Few volumes have call number stickers tying them to specific Dewey classes. Often, if call number stickers are present, they only classify the works as R or REF. The average age of the collection is 1996, based on a random sample of 67 publication dates. By looking at this bar graph, one sees that the oldest publication date used in the sample was 1969. The majority of the samples were published in either 1994 or 2002. From this information, it is evident that all sampled titles surpass the recommended shelf life. After analysis of the current reference collection, 15 resources need to be added. Based on student diversity and needs, these resources should appeal to 4 specific groups: special education students, gifted and talented students, English language learners, and reluctant readers, while being engaging for elementary students at varying grade levels. Since the collection does not have any bibliographies, A to Zoo would be helpful to classroom teachers and older elementary students when seeking picture books on specific topics or wanting lists of resources by specific authors or illustrators. Once Upon a Time features detailed bibliographies of children's books, useful to and professional resources about storytelling, creative drama, and readers' theater. It would complement teachers' use of A to Zoo and would help older elementary students when seeking songs and stories to share with younger siblings or picture books that they could use to learn the art of storytelling. Days to Celebrate helps students connect people and events from around the world to their personal lives and offers a collection of poems grouped by month. It would greatly enhance the reference collection since there are no materials dealing specifically with calendars or poetry. Year in Sports 2015 provides the most up-to-date information in the world of sports and replaces the outdated Scholastic Encyclopedia of Sports. Reluctant readers will enjoy the photographs and captions, while gifted and talented students and some special education students will appreciate the statistics and timeline. The Dangerous Book for Boys complements the collection's copy of the Daring Book for Girls. It adequately exposes 21st century children to the activities and interests of older family members when they were children and can help students understand references to games and toys in historical fiction. The Astronaut Handbook complements the collection's biographies and picture books related to astronauts by providing general information about the career. The bright illustrations and minimal text per page makes it accessible to special education students, English language learners, and reluctant readers. The 17 fascinating facts appeal to older elementary students and those who are gifted and talented. As the collection's first biographical reference, We Were There Too shares the voices of over 70 young people during their participation in United States history from 1492 to the 1990s. It supports the fiction and nonfiction books on various historical eras and appeals to students of all ethnicities since they can find accounts of children similar to themselves. I Grew Up to Be President profiles each of the 44 United States presidents from George Washington to Barack Obama and is a more relevant title than Scholastic's Encyclopedia of the Presidents and Their Times. Reluctant readers and special education students will enjoy the fun facts and childhood caricatures included in the profiles, while gifted and talented students and older elementary students will appreciate the details on the 3 branches of government and how presidents are elected. The Scholastic Pocket Dictionary of Synonyms, Antonyms, and Homonyms contains more than 20,000 examples and features review sections on the parts of speech, 4 kinds of sentences, and a glossary of grammar terms. It replaces the collection's copy of Erdang's 1978 Basic Dictionary of Synonyms and Antonyms and is useful to students needing related words when writing, especially gifted and talented students who enjoy using interesting or unusual words. The Scholastic Visual Dictionary contains 5,000 entries on 350 subjects and features 700 color illustrations, arranged topically, mostly as labeled diagrams. It greatly aids in language acquisition for students whose first language is not English, while supporting special education students' use of their native language. Merriam-Webster's Illustrated Spanish-English Student Dictionary translates 45,000 entries of Spanish and English basic vocabulary and idioms. Since the collection is lacking in any resources for or in Spanish, this dictionary will be the first of its kind and will complement the collection's English dictionaries by offering Spanish translations for words and phrases defined there. Featuring over 100 images from NASA, this visual encyclopedia takes users on a visually stunning exploration of space. Reluctant readers and early elementary students will enjoy browsing the spectacular photographs and reading the interesting text boxes. Gifted and talented students and some special education students will appreciate the details on the Earth, Moon, and Sun provided in their individual sections. Bugopedia contains more than 82-page profiles of individual insects and relies heavily on vibrant, highly detailed, full-color photographs, which appeal to younger elementary students, reluctant readers, and special education students. Gifted and talented students will appreciate the global Find Out More section, and English language learners will be supported through the comprehensive glossary of scientific terms. The Ultimate U.S. Road Trip Atlas provides information and trivia on all 50 states and the U.S. Capitol, which can engage reluctant readers, gifted and talented students, and special education students. This resource would be useful to students conducting research who require interesting facts on their home states and complements the collection's holding of the 2004 My First Atlas by providing information about this country suitable to older elementary students. The Ultimate Globe-Trotting World Atlas literally opens the world to users by featuring detailed and visually rich information on almost 200 countries. Vibrant pictures, large readable maps, and appealing use of colors can engage reluctant readers and special education students. Gifted and talented students will appreciate the detailed facts and trivia for each country, while English language learners are assisted by the almost 2-page glossary. To read detailed reviews of these 15 resources, please visit tinyurl.com/Goodreads reference shelf.